to today's topic, and I'm gonna have to talk about internet dating. I would say the internet dating is pointless, but I'm just probably gonna say it's not a good idea. Cause like you don't exactly know who they are. I know a lot of people are gonna say, well, I webcam with them, so technically I do know who they are. Well, actually you don't. You just know their appearance. Like you just know how they look. But you don't exactly get to know who they are as you would like in real life. Like you just don't get like the whole gist in them. Like you don't get to see them. And then on top of that, you don't know if they're cheating on you or not. You don't know like what they're doing in their lives. So it's like you can't really be sure. I know that a lot of people are gonna, do this out of the kindness of their heart and be like, oh, I trust them. And you know, you you can't really trust people like that. And it's not really a great idea. And then on top of that, it this falls in a category with why long distance relationships aren't kind of good either. Because like you don't get like that physical side of the relationship. Like you don't get to see them. Like I mean, you get to see them, but like you don't get to touch them. You don't get to feel what they're like. Like having a relationship without something physical. I'm not talking about sex, but just without that physical. Like oh, I can touch them and I can feel them. Like you just can't do that. Then on top of that, it takes like a lot more trust and patience. And some people do have that, but a lot of people don't have that. They don't have that patience and that trust that some people do have. Now, don't get me wrong. There has been like a lot of successful online, relationships, but you see that and you hear about it, but you don't usually hear about it. I mean, you don't usually hear about those stories or experience it a lot. Now, I've been living for about 18 years, and so far in my whole life, I have only met two people who met like their wives or husbands through the internet. And bear in mind, like I know like a lot of people, and note how I only said two people. Now that percentage is really low. And another thing is that I don't see the sincerity and I don't see the legitness into dating someone over the internet rather than dating someone in real life because a relationship with someone through the internet and someone in real life it's a lot more different. Um, on the internet you can kind of be who you want to be. You can like disguise who you are. So you can so like on the internet, like let's say like in real life I'm like this lame loser, like I have like no friends and da da da. Well, hell, I do, but but let's say you're this person that you don't have any friends, you're like a loser, you eat lunch by yourself, you never go out, you stay in your house all day. But when you get on the internet, you're like, I'm this popular guy, I go out to the club like, every weekend, I have tons of friends and everybody loves me, everybody adores me, and I have countless people talking to me. So, when it comes to the internet, you can kind of be who you want to be, and your true identity is kind of sealed. And I'm going to discuss again why I think the internet dating is not really a good idea. You don't know the person's true identity. You don't get to physically see them. You don't, and I think you don't exactly get to see like what they're doing. You don't get to see what they're doing like in their life, and on top of that, I just think it's best just to find someone in real life rather than the internet. Now, don't get me wrong, internet dating, it's not a good idea, but I'm not saying that it's not successful. But if you're someone who probably can't find someone in your local area and, do internet dating, but I'm just saying that, I'm not against internet dating. I'm like, you could go ahead and do that, but don't be someone who expects like so much from it to the point where you realize that you didn't get what you expect and you end up heartbroken and you're upset and you feel like giving up on life. So don't be that way. So with internet dating, learn the difference between expectation and reality, and that's all I have to say. And thank you for listening to me, and bye.